This appears to be a car.
Yes.
I mean, if you glove compartment, trunk, under the seats, any of that.
Yep, is completely bereft. I mean, there's all the kind of stuff. Like if you said, Logan, I want to get a car. I want to stock it with all the practical stuff like roadside assistance kit and all that kind of shit, and then ignore it for a year, just drive it back and forth to work and keep it maintained and shit, and that's it. This is that car.
What else is parked here?
Various other employee cars. Hers is definitely not the nicest in the lot, but it is like, it's the kind of thing that a really practical, down-to-earth American go out and go, yeah, I want a car that gets good gas mileage, all that kind of stuff, as opposed to, the most interesting car in the parking lot is a Pinto. And it has a bumper sticker that says, "Hit me, I dare you," on the back. So
Look at Detective Lansbury.
If you rear end it, it'll blow up.
Would you like me to hit that car?
Not today. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Is any spots open? Is this a
many spots open? There's like, I don't know, 20, 30 cars out here, but there's like 100 different parking spots.
Yeah.
The parking lot itself does not appear to be interesting with your extremely high evidence analysis rolls. This is just a place where employees park their shit and then they go on in and work their shit.
Rubber marks where somebody peeled out.
There you do find a place like over off in one corner where somebody is doing cookies.
Is that like donuts?
Yeah. Cookies, donuts. They were trying for.
Shall I pick
Make a donut and then you go back and forth. Well, you know me. I love a good dumpster. Is there any dumpsters out here?
There are a couple of them, actually.
Shall I dive into the dumpster in search of evidence?
Yes. Say hello to any raccoons you chance to meet.
Very well, sir.
It shows him having a fist and hook fight with a couple of desperate raccoons. But other than that, he finds nothing useful in the dumpsters. You guys stood there for a couple hours just watching him beating up the raccoons and all that until they decided to leave the treasure.
I am in need of a new pair of clothes now, sir.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Good luck with that. My next idea is to go up to the bar.
Yes.
And corner the call girl.
You're a bit concerned about your minion, who looks like he's been dumpster diving with enthusiasm for the last 2 hours.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Would you like me to pretend to be a hobo?
Yes.
Freddy can watch the door at the bar.
Yeah, watching the door, maybe getting him into the hotel, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. All right, no problem. You guys wander into the bar area.
Yeah.
You will wash your clothes in the laundry room.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, shows Freddy in the laundry room in his underwear, sitting there reading a magazine. These Spanish-speaking maids and stuff come in. They're like,
¿Cómo estás?
Right. Meanwhile, you two go over and you. This lady's trying very hard to make it look like she doesn't notice you. It's like she was making eye contact with people, and then you guys came in. Oh, it's back to my drink.
Okay, Dana, play along.
This all? That's all I get? Just play
I'm gonna try and trick her.
Let's see this.
Go sit down next to her.
She looks apprehensively at you.
Bob say you could be here?
Who? Who's Bob? I'm going to go now. She picks up her clutch and turns around, and
We just want to talk.
I've heard that before, she says.
I look at Dana.
I'm following your lead.
Oh, Dana gives you attitude. She's like,
Ma'am, something's happened to Terry.
what
need-
happened to Terry?
She's been killed.
How did she die?
Is there? We would like to speak
You
to you.
lean forward, the bartender, like, he's kind of leaning your direction while he's cleaning the glass. A couple of other people in the bar are like, There's one guy who hasn't noticed anything's going on. He gets nudged by someone else. He goes, and he's looking around like, what? And he's trying to make desperate signs that the guy should pay attention to you. The guy's just not getting. Is like, is it my round?
We have some questions for you. Come with us so we can speak more privately.
I'd rather stay here if it's all the same to you.
Well, there's a lot of other people right here. So
why don't we go over in that corner there?
Yeah, that's like there. If there's some sofas over in the corner.
One of the guys is like trying to lean. He falls off the stool. The other guys all laugh at him. The bartender comes over. And he's like, still shining sunglasses. Do you need anything else? And she's like, no, thank you. And he goes, how about you two? He keeps shining the same glass because he's really curious.
No, thank you.
Ice water.
I'll go get that. He hurries off to very slowly deliver your water. You get a look from your boss.
No drinking on the job.
Gosh, Terry was great. We're going to really miss her, she says.
How did you know Terry?
She's the manager here.
Could you tell us the particulars of her arrangements?
Well, that's just it. She kind of helped us out. And she didn't want any money or anything. She's told us to keep a low profile. She'd sneak us in the back, bring us up to the elevators to meet interesting people. And,
we're not concerned about any of that. We just want justice for Terry. So any information you have will go towards that.
I have no idea who could have wished her harm. I mean, none of our managers. The bartender comes back and he puts the glass down on the table and he's slowly opening a plastic bottle of water and he begins to
I glare at Glenn.
super duper slowly pouring it, and she's like, she looks at you. She looks at so slowly. Oh, here comes
pick up my water and take it back to the bar.
Are you sure I couldn't get a water for either of you?
No. I never drink when I'm on the clock.
Yes, sir. Head back to the bar. Would you like me to pour that for you, miss?
Anything. I don't.
The bottle's a bit heavy, he says, indicating the 8 fluid ounce bottle. He begins flirting with you, Glenn.
That's an interesting noise you just made.
All right. As Glenn's getting flirted with, Freddie, these washing machines are excellent. You're already on the dry cycle and stuff. And
Yeah.
there is only one problem that you found with it. There's no place to put in quarters. You're just not used to that. But
I'll ask
seems
one of the
to work.
maidens.
Sure. Give me a Spanish roll for fun.
I mean, I can talk English, but
They'd look at you and go, no.
okay, let me see if I can do Spanish.
No say.
Okay. I begin doing like fanning motions and like pointing to the dryer and like making like quarter symbols with my fingers and
They can look really confused as you go. They're like, one of them looks at the other and says something in Spanish, and the air lady just looks at you and shakes her head. Roll to see what she said in Spanish.
wait, what am I doing? I just hacked the water. It's fine.
Yeah, they look really angry with you.
The
They call you bad names in Spanish. You're not sure what they're saying. They're definitely bad names, and they're sitting there yelling at you and waving their fingers in your face.
gracias.
You hear puto, and they're yelling Terry now and then. They don't know. You're not sure what's going on.
Yes, steady kaput.
You begin making up a new language that fuses Spanish and German together. It feels, you're pretty sure it's the original language that the first Nazis to escape to Argentina were using. Anyway, meanwhile, in the bar, the only other thing this lady has to say is that the managers thought that this Terry, they didn't understand why she was doing what she was doing, but I mean, she was doing it all for no money, so they're super happy with her. Ever since Terry had taken over, she'd been arranging dates with rich businessmen, diplomats, etc. She'd moved them, starting a couple months ago, she'd move them through the laundry area. And when the business was complete, she'd sneak them back out, all for free. There was one girl who came in maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, and she was high in the lobby, and she had a meltdown or something. She threatened to kill Terry, but that's the only one. She gives you the girl's name and all that. But I'm pretty sure she didn't do it.
So do you know if Terry was receiving any money from the clients to set it up?
Clients never even, as far as I know, clients never even met her.
So, you know that woman?
The bartender goes, yeah, I know, she seems friendly. But let's talk about you. What do you like to do? Do you live around here often? Right, your clothes are finally done. They're nice and dried out. It shows like several people. As you guys are sitting there, you hear a lot of angry Spanish-speaking voices and stuff, and you see him coming out quickly, like still tucking in his shirt. And you see like looks like 8 or 10 really angry staff are like saying things and waving their things, and you're not sure what's going on, but he appears to have enraged part of the staff for some reason.
Siesta, go siesta.
That could be the reason there, you're thinking. Other than that, the girl doesn't have any more information.
Who was coming last night? Do you know who was here from about 9:30, 9?
Nobody, as far as I know.
Was there any type of schedule? Like, were you supposed to kind of
last
take
night was
turns?
just, well, yeah, we kind of know who's working at any one time. Last night was off night, though. That's why I'm here today, just hanging out, you know. See, smiles.
All right. Thank you very much for your help. May I please have some contact information in case
Well, I'd rather not. I can take your card in case I come up with anything. No,
absolutely.
she
I
take your
give her-
card. Says, all right.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You see the manager walk by, looks around suspiciously, doesn't notice anything odd going on. He goes over and he starts talking to the staff who's still yelling at Freddie, and he's like, and then they tell him stuff, and he puts his hands on his hips and he glares at Freddie like, "You are just a horrible person."
I just want help with my clothes. What?
Shakes his head and he
What?
shoots the staff back.
Is it because I'm black? It's because I'm black, isn't it?
He says, "Well, according to the staff, they said that you said in sign language that anybody to get put in the washing machine is an asshole, and they were really upset about. I mean, emotions are running high here."
I failed my Spanish class at school.
And
I made suspicious quarter.
high school is very important. High school could determine. What was that, Coach? He says to Dana.
We'll get out of here.
Yeah, all right, Coach. He heads off.
Come here, you.
I didn't do anything.
You
Yeah.
weren't making gestures for quarter again, were you?
I needed a quarter to pay for the thing. Okay. It's not my fault they don't understand sign language.
They're hotel dryers. They don't run on quarters.
Oh. Do I look like I run a hotel?
Let's get out of here. We go
Okay.
to our cop car. Or I'm going to my cop car.
You guys head back through the front of the hotel, back out to the luxurious guest parking. There are various cameras that keep an eye on the guests' cars and stuff. And you go over to, which one was mine again? This one here, yes. The one illegally parked with the police license plates and all that. Yes. Yeah, this is the best parking place ever, you know, and nobody will ticket you. Cool. So, yeah, who gets in the driver's seat?
I will.
Excellent.
Shotgun.
What? And they lock Freddie back into the back.
What time of day is it?
You're thinking it's around 1 p.m.?
Oh.
You look around, wish you had a watch. Freddie looks at his hook. He tries to use his hook as a sundial or
Do
whatever.
you want to look up that hooker or go back to the station and check out that flash drive?
Did you solicit someone while I was away?
Nope.
Oh, I'm disappointed.
Someone tried to solicit Glenn.
Oh.
Be a hooker now too, Freddie.
That'd be a really awkward kind of feeling for you.
Been there, done that.
Let's go to the library or the university instead of the police station where everyone has personal relationships with us.
Everybody give me a law roll just
They
for
might.
a little piece of information.
Might have more evidence for us.
We can call in that instead of having to schmooze everyone in a building.
And
Yep.
Dana brings up a good point. No problem. You know that legally, the cops normally make copies of stuff and then play with the copies for two reasons. First is that way you have an untouched piece of evidence. Second is, of course, in case you blow up the thing. But, you know, she brings up a good reason why not to go to the police station as well. So,
Should I throw this laptop in the dumpster or leave it at the police station?
oh, you're not going to the police station. In fact, from what
That's
she's
what I'm
saying,
saying. What do you want me to do with it?
never see the police station again. Well, you've got a trunk.
We can go to the police station. It's okay.
Of course, you can't get to the trunk because you're locked in the fucking back seat again.
I'll just leave it next to me for now.
Okay. No problem. Dana, go ahead and give me a driving roll as you're going to go nice and easy. I'm assuming you're not driving recklessly or whatever, but
I don't have the heal vehicle card anymore, so.
So awkward. Other people are driving around like idiots, though.
Try not to bump into that car that said I dare you.
Okay, I did not rearrange points, but I do still have just drive car was what the...
Cool, yeah, go ahead and move your points around at your convenience. But yes, take a check in your medium land modern category because driving car is going away soon to a theater near you. And now you're able to drive more medium modern stuff. Cool. Anyway, no problem. She drives like she's been doing it for years and stuff, despite various other people who are trying to crash into each other and stuff like that. Because cops in my world would be very busy all the time with fender benders and whatnot. I'm sure a jet somewhere is falling out of the air with all the passengers screaming their heads off. And anyway, you guys eventually reach the university or the library?
We'll go to the library.
All right. Unfortunately, this is not long after the internet really became a thing. And that means that the library has a lot less actual patrons in it and more homeless people. So it's got that faint urine twang to the air. You guys go in. They do have computers, though. Hey.
All right. I try it. I'm going to plug it in.
Sure. Give me a computer use roll to see if you can destroy a library computer.
Make a copy.
All right. Unfortunately, she has nothing to copy it onto unless she wants to take all the contents of that and stick it on the library computer, which according to the little sign says she shouldn't do that.
Print all.
It's a few.
How many dimes do we have?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a really big file, too. All right. You look at it, and it seems to be videos. Lots of videos. In looking at the videos, there's no timestamp footage. Lots and lots of hours, many hours of it. And they're all on the stick. And it looks like cameras in the rooms themselves. There are also 3 different folders. There's sorted, useless, unsorted. The sorted file is pretty small. The useless file is bigger, and the unsorted is biggest.
Let's look in the sorted.
Surprisingly, it's not of people having sex. It's mostly of fat old guys sitting around talking. Give me Arabic rolls, as 2 of them are like, the food,
Apparently, I'm the language student today.
Apparently so, or at least for one roll. They seem to be talking about water rights in the food desert, some small area in there. According to Freddie.
Ready?
Blah.
Because
I
Freddie
don't know where
knows.
that is.
Yeah, it's somewhere Arabic, use your guess. Most of the videos are just guys sitting around talking about things like that in the sorted thing.
And there's no timestamps on
Nope.
any.
Nope. But it does look like the cameras are all in the rooms, hidden, obviously, as you know. But yeah, none of them seem to be of sex. In the
And
sorted one.
where's all the juicy stuff?
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what she thinks is useless, because that is also good information.
Some sex stuff, some lots of maids cleaning, some of just like guy comes in, sits down, brushes his teeth, goes to bed, leaves, that kind of, really boring stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of, in addition to that, there's various sexual encounters with obvious prostitutes. Those got put in the useless file for some reason.
All right. Now, for thoroughness sake, let's see. Unsorted. I want to start at the bottom of the list.
No problem. By the time you get through going through the unsorted thing, the library will be closing. It'll be fairly late at night, and you guys will be super hungry. Okay.
Oh, I'll get food first while she does all that.
You're not allowed to eat in the library. There's signs and everything.
Then I'll eat outside.
Well, you get fed. Fuck them, right? The only problem is that you have to walk for about 2.5 miles to get food, and then walk
I mean, it'll take us several hours to do
Order,
this, so.
order a pizza.
And have it delivered to the out steps of the library.
They don't trust you at the
People are going to
fucking
get
front.
really excited.
I'll just buy a pizza. It's like 2 miles down the road.
Shows them come back, but
You might get lost.
next to you.
I'm not gonna get lost. Don't worry.
Cut to it's lost. You've never seen it. I
You
got
might
it.
get
Ankle
shot by the police.
I am the police.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
You find a couple of interesting videos in the unsorted thing. You're kind of you've gotten to a point where you're skimming through on fast forward, and then it's like, oh, we'll slow down. So one guy puts on a mask of a hippo before he comes in the room. And he carefully walks around the room. He uses towels and sheets to cover all the mirrors in the room, including a small mirror that's just like on the table. Okay. I mean, and they go through again, looking for other mirrors and stuff, including one that's in like a closet. He opens up a closet, discovers like there's a mirror on it, and he puts a sheet over it. And then he closes the closet again. And then he, after checking out the place again, he removes his mask, and he looks like Chunk. This. And then he goes over and lets in 2 other people who come in without hippo masks on. They look like that. And then those 2 people go, and they are very obviously casting spells. They do this for a bit. Anybody have analyze spells or spellcraft or something like that? Oh, take a card, Freddie, for being kind to your superior. Stuck up. Anybody have any
magic?
Analyze magic? Yeah.
Yeah, analyze magic would be fine.
Okay. I thought we'd be able to see when I look at Glenn through a mirror, do I see his body?
You see the when you look at Glenn, like using a mirror to look at Glenn, you see a pretty Oriental lady with long black hair. But if you look at Glenn directly, you see an irritated dude who is only making 75% of what you are now making, because fuck him. And you're the boss, so hey.
So these people in the room, they are not Nigel, Shtick, and Lansbury?
No. No. Those who made their analyze magic, everybody made their analyze magic. Even Dana, who doesn't normally like to analyze magic, you're not sure the exact spell, but some sort of personal protective thing is your guess, because you're not able to like see the magic coming through on the video and stuff. But you're guessing personal protective type spells. Okay. Then they sit around quietly waiting for about 15 minutes or so. And then there's a knock at the door. You've got audio, and they go over and they open up the door. And this guy and two Asian bodyguards come in. Well, Oriental looking, because Russians are also Asians. Everybody forgets about that. So are Australians, kind of weird. And Oceanic, whatever. So he comes in with his two bodyguards. And then him and the other, the guy and the girl, all take out phones. They all turn on different musics. They crank up the volume. They lean forward, and they're talking very softly. Everybody, give me a let's see, Mandarin roll and a lip reading roll. You need both.
Gosh.
As they very quietly have a discussion in Mandarin.
Well, I failed the lip reading, so I'll do Mandarin.
Nope.
Cool. Wow, whatever. And so then everybody give me empathy rolls as they talking for a bit.
Yes.
Cool. You guys believe that whatever kind of thing they were discussing, they did not come to an agreement. Okay. Then the Oriental man and his bodyguards are leaving, and he gives that look as he's leaving with them. And then they wait. They sit around quietly for 15 minutes in silence. And then the other two people leave. The big, powerful black man, he's a tall dude. You definitely, he will stick out. He puts back on his rhino mask, and then he goes through, or sorry, hippo mask, my bad. And he goes through and he carefully takes all the towels off of all the mirrors, and he just dumps the towels and sheets on the floor, and then double checks, make sure he's done, and then he leaves and closes the door. Then, in a different video, you get to see something even stranger. It looks like a Japanese man and woman come in, both with large bags. They go to opposite sides of the room, take off their outer clothing, leaving on their underwear. They dress as pandas in big panda suits. And then for the next hour, they ignore each other and pretend to eat bamboo. Then they change back into their regular clothing and put away their stuff and leave.
Oh, that was exciting.
So that's the most interesting videos. Everybody give me an evidence analysis roll.
F.
Success.
You guys are pretty convinced that both of those videos have nothing at all to do with the case that you're on, but they did strike you as somewhat interesting.
So, I think one or more of the 6 people were Dora's.
Definitely those
Hide their
3.
reflection.
Possibly the panda people. It's hard to say.
Well, they did magic, so
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
magic. They didn't want to see themselves in the mirrors. At least those 3 are Dora's. Freddie, do you recognize any of those bodies? Have you ever been a larger black man wearing a hippo hat?
uh,
Finley?
no, No.
Of course, it takes more than just being a Dora to do what we're doing. We're not always inhabiting other bodies.
Well, probably though the person is at least a Dora, like that still follows the.
Means they're on a mission.
Well, we need to put that in our hat.
Look up this woman's charity and see if it has anything to do with the desert.
But do any of these people look familiar, Freddie?
I'll get back to you on that. Hold on a sec. Logan, quick. Before they come back, what do I do? You're muted.
I would say that you can honestly say truthfully, this video is the first time you've ever seen them.
Okay.
Huh?
I mean, it's not, but okay.
It isn't?
No.
Did you see them wandering around or something?
No, I've seen the video before.
Well, it's still, this video is the first time you've ever seen them. You see how
This video. Okay.
See?
All right.
Yeah.
No, she's asking me if I've seen the people before.
I would just say this video is the first time I've ever seen them.
Okay.
Because that's true in many different ways.
Okay.
You are getting some fun stuff in on them with even running a no-brainer though. Messing with Scott is always fun.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right. So
Yes,
You're
sir, I
all
have. This is the first time I've seen these people in this video.
This is the what?
This is the first time I've ever seen these people. Since you asked.
And the pandas?
Them as well.
That was not you in the panda suit either? Likely.
I don't recall ever wearing a panda suit. I've worn many different things, but not a panda suit.
Well, that doesn't mean much. I don't recall it. There's a lot of things. A lot of things have happened. All right.
I may have done it, but not remember.
I asked little buddy to help remember all of the details about the encounter of
What? You hear?
I know people. Watch this and remember it. And I show him the videos of interest.
Unfortunately, he hasn't really gotten memory installed, so his memory is not great right now.
We're gonna try it anyway. You can only get better through practice.
Wait, does she have that?
What?
Does she have it?
Yeah.
Really?
My little buddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jump
that's
on it. Do we have time to research the what's it called? Mission to Give, her charity?
What?
Her big charity. What's it called? Mission to Give.
Oh, that's the charity for the removal of landmines.
In an Arabian desert?
Yeah, does she have any
All over the world.
charities connected to that desert?
Give me a simple research roll. You guys are the librarians heading toward you, so this will be the last thing you can do here because it's like past time to leave.
By a quarter.
The landmine removal places all over the world, they really specialize a lot in Cambodia because there's a ass load of landmines there. And they're also hoping that if North and South Korea ever get together, they can get rid of that huge strip of landmines that the USA and North Korea both put down, because USA likes fighting against landmines and planting them. Oh, and they also help try to get rid of unexploded ordnance, because the easiest way to find that is apparently release a bunch of kids in the area and they'll find it for you, which is sad and tragic and true.
So I didn't find anything.
And the librarian kicked you guys out of the library. Go back to your police station. Shoo.
That was all I got. The landmine thing.
Yep.
Nothing about water
No.
or deserts.
No.
Any other charities she's not connected with?
I'm sure she's gotten lovely things from our charities, but you guys get kicked out of the library before you can do much more research.
By the way, Dana, you find a pizza box in the driver's seat, unopened.
Was there anything in there?
Yeah.
Or is it just an empty piece of
No, it's a vegetarian pizza.
Aww.
Is there cheese?
It's a pizza. All pizza has cheese.
Or I'll eat the cheese.
I'll try to after you're finished eating, I'll eat like the little edges of the crusts that are left behind.
I just rip the cheese off of your half of the pizza.
You didn't have I'll just eat the edges. You didn't have ew. How are you gonna wash your hands?
Oh, you can just taste the dead aborted chicken fetuses in the crust.
Ah,
I'll get you another one. Hold on. It's not like it's my money anyway.
No, don't order vegan.
I think they
wrong.
locked you in the cage in the back
no,
again.
I'd rather eat just like regular cauliflower than weird cauliflower crust things.
Order some Indian food and have it delivered to the police station. That's where we're going, right?
I don't want to eat there.
Why?
In and out.
In-N-Out Burger?
That's even worse than this pizza. At least he's trying.
We can do more research at the police station.
We're going to the
Or-
police station.
Do you want to look up the hooker first?
Oh, I bet you want to look up the hooker.
We got a hooker in the back here.
Is that another making fun of him?
Yeah. Making
Yeah.
fun of missing a hand jokes. That never gets old.
You're thinking that will never get old, Freddie.
Eh,
All right. We'll go to the police station.
As
But-
you begin to approach the police station, you begin to get an overwhelming feeling of dread, as though perhaps there'll be other police there. They'll all know you and want to talk to you. And
Yep.
there's a very. Why don't you just drive and we'll see what happens?
Why don't I just drive?
Yeah, just go there.
Freddie
Yeah,
babbles at you from the back seat.
We're gonna go there. We need to get this into evidence. Hopefully, they will have more information about the Arabic languages and lip reading.
Let's see if they have a translator.
Yeah, we need more resources. So,
What
No
do I
problem.
do with this? I pointed the computer. Well, top computer.
we'll bring that into.
You can
Oh.
try to rebuild it. Better, faster, stronger.
I'll
But
get
we
right
don't
on
want
it.
to spend a lot of money.
It's not our money. Who cares?
You guys reach the police station. Archie, says one of the mechanic guys as you're parking.
I give a nod.
A guy walks up to Glenn and he says, he has his head down. He's like, I was told I need to apologize.
Eyes
I'm very,
front, soldier.
very sorry." He's looking at the ground.
Oh,
Well, he could be sniffing. Very, very sorry, and it won't happen again. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm very, very sorry.
I accept your apology.
Where's my apology?
What? I didn't call
No.
you sweet cheeks, he said.
We have some things to bring into evidence. Lead the way.
Freddie, they are beginning to walk off from the car. You struggle against the cage that you're in. The guy looks at you. He makes direct eye contact, the one who's apologizing to Glenn, and he walks off with.
I turn to the ashamed guy. Get Nigel out of there.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. He lets Nigel out.
Ah,
Sorry. I'm so sorry, he says.
that's okay.
Very
My
sorry.
ancestors will forgive you eventually. Oh,
He
well,
looks completely baffled. And
My ancestors may forgive you eventually. That's
you guys head in the police station. Some guy stops Dana and goes, I didn't get your report, Archie. Is that going to be on my desk soon or
Yep.
cut? So, no problem. You guys continue through the police station. And what the heck is it? Sorry. Detective Schicht.
Hmm?
You get those CPS reports done.
Almost. Working on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys eventually get over.
They're done.
That's some good work.
Like right now.
Yeah, he stops, scribbles out a bunch of shit
Yeah.
to him. The guy goes, all right, good work. That's all. You guys, do you know where? Oh, yeah, you do know which station you're in. You've been here before. Jesus, what a fucking minefield. Do you remember which desk you have?
Yeah.
Cool. Give me a memory roll. Plus, I'll give everybody a plus 30 on the memory roll since you actually remember the names.
I made it out plus 30.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I fumbled even with the
Dana's
poker.
over fighting somebody else for their desk. He's like, no,
Right.
this is my chair. And there's a red stapler on the desk, and you guys are fighting over it and stuff. It's my red stapler.
Leave the boss alone.
I need it to finish my report.
I get out my phone
Where's my own money?
and I call Archie's desk phone.
All right. Some other phone begins to ring somewhere else.
Ah,
It's really annoying that people don't answer the phones right away. Now give me that stapler.
My stapler. Someday I'm going to burn down this police station. You wait and see.
I'm gonna go ahead and move you into the basement.
I just whisper under my bed. Not before I do it.
Sounds right.
You guys eventually reclaim your own desks. Dana's got a nice new red swingline stapler to display proudly at her desk.
Nope. I put it in the drawer. I hide it in the way back. I'm going to forget about it soon.
That's fair. Right. What are you guys going to do? Oh, somebody comes up and some other lady comes up and sits on Glenn's desk, and she's like, so did you do it?
Do what?
You know. She does an exaggerated wink.
I'm on a case.
You're always on a case. Come on, he's into you and he's hot. Did you?
I'm married.
She said. Well, you're not married. You're just going steady with somebody. Come
Get
on.
out of here.
She says. Well, if you do, think of me. She has.
As long as I'm in there somewhere.
Wow.
Wow.
Guy comes up to Freddie. He goes, got the latest pics. You want to see them?
Oh, yeah, you bet I do.
No problem. Fortunately, you've got human gore and gross out maxed out. He's showing you crime scene photos of a really horrifying nature to anybody else, and you're like, Jesus
That's quite artistic over there.
No problem. You guys go through him. He goes, damn, I think you might win the fucking fight. He looks like a bit green after this, and you're like, when does it get good? You know? He's like, hardcore. Okay. You're at the top of the running. He heads off. And, hey, you want to see some photos? God, I just ate. Not now.
Don't look at the photos.
So what do you guys want to do?
I need to file this thumb drive and point out the Arabic scene.
To who? It does contain images of spellcasting.
Do I have a thumb drive in my desk?
You find one.
Make 2 copies. One
Are you-
for us.
Are you talking to me over there, Shtick?
Yeah.
Hey, stop yelling back and forth. So our guy at the
I
desk.
don't want to hear that.
Hey, get up on out of here, says
What is this?
Boy, we're talking here.
Hey, come on, I'm trying to fucking fill out my reports. The chief comes out, he's like, he's just yelling incoherently, and people are rushing around, going back to the reports. It's starting to get really quiet. He glares around, he goes back in. Hanging on his wall is a picture of a bunch of glazed donuts, and it says "Wanted" above it. And he goes in, slams the door.
Oh, I need that toaster.
Okay. I go over
Sit
and
down.
whisper and crouch down.
So, Mark, you see like 3 guys go.
That. I have an extra
Guys.
chair here.
I just stand behind
Don't be.
Glenn and I look at the dudes like
Just sit.
something.
Make 2 copies.
One of them looks at you and goes,
I sit down.
Yeah.
they look disappointed, go back to their paperwork and stuff.
Delete the magic off the original.
It wouldn't be so bad if one of the cops who was doing the looky-loo wasn't a female. It's just all over the place now.
That's even better.
Yeah, they'll give you something new to think about later.
I don't even know how that would work.
Okay, 1920s VI.
So what are you guys going? Yeah. Hey, right now we're moving. In just another few days, we're going to move back into the Charleston flappers and other stuff like that. For us, it'll be great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Shit, Dana may become a one of those. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Woo!
As it could happen. A lot of things have happened to Dana. Yes, I was also thinking that.
Good.
Those were also my ideas. I'm glad you came over here really awkwardly and crouched down at me.
So keep the one copy, and then we'll give
Dana goes,
with the magic deleted to the translators. Tell us
you
what the
see
fuck
this
the Arabic people
weird
are saying.
bubble in your mind, Dana, and you see a guy with a big afro, and he's sitting in front of a painting, and he goes, all we have here is a happy little accident. A happy accident. And she's like going, you're not sure what the heck Dana's thinking of there, Glenn, but Dana seems completely taken in with this thought. And it just shows like an entire Bob Ross episode and shit. Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm going to name this little bush Clyde. Sometimes I like to give them names.
You fumbled memory again?
You're not really sure. Maybe she was trying to remember Clyde.
No, that was earlier.
That was from earlier. I haven't
To
rolled
the
anything.
desk.
Oh.
I'm just trying to keep away from needing to rely on the heart medication overly for my tension problems.
So
Yeah.
are you wanting to try making copies of the hard drives there,
Yes.
Dana? All I
Yes.
need from you is a simple computer use roll as you put in the hard drive. And
I failed.
no problem.
But-
Yeah, it's done. It's done. You've got the copy, man.
No. Let me do it.
I have a reroll.
No, it's done. Everything's fine.
All right, well, she has
I
it.
love that everybody's just like,
When you re-roll, I will support.
Sure, I'll do
Here's
the
the
thing.
reroll.
he's like, you gotta do the thing. And
All right, look, bossy. Control C, then you
Uh-huh.
press Control V.
Oh.
What
What are you
Control A?
talking to, Nigel, over there?
hey, stop it. The chief comes up. And everybody's like, some guy throws a bunch of papers in the air.
All right.
People are running around.
I'm going to throw even a skill plus 10 on top of this for fun here.
The players just don't like being told that you succeeded.
Nope.
when you
There we
did.
go.
All right. Rather than doing what I was going to have you do, which is copy everything and move it over to the other hard drive. It didn't destroy it, but it just moved it from one to the other. You instead now have 2 copies. Yay.
All right. Now for the copy, or for the original,
Mhm.
I'm going to only delete. I've got my copy here in the breast pocket inside the jacket.
Right.
Only take out the spellcaster part.
Would you like me to do that bit, or are you fine?
Who are you talking to, Nigel? You're way over there.
Yelling
Yeah.
at him, and the chief comes out. He comes over and he starts yelling at fucking Nigel. He's like, and all the cops are like, and then the chief yells at all that.
Okay, no, you can do it, boss.